Now, going over to the Culture Problem podcast, you have a trans actress threatening death if they are mispronounced or mispronounced. Well, mispronounced. It's one of those things where you type it, and grammatically speaking, let's just say Culture is not updating Word, Microsoft Word, which is fascinating now to think about because Microsoft Word is a very left-wing company in terms of, remember last year they actually started off in a big conference where they said we want to acknowledge this land was built on Native American soil, and they just went around the table and talked about their pronouns, which I almost thought was hilarious because of insult to injury. They're one of the most profitable companies on the planet and one of the most successful businesses in history. They have not unlimited resource allocation and funding, but darn near seemingly unlimited money. If they want to, they can give that land back. So I thought that was actually funny. It's like, well, you're just acknowledging them, but you're not giving it back. And again, if you really believe that, you have the money where you can just build a new headquarters overnight. And yet they just said, oh yeah, we're just going to acknowledge this was once owned by someone else, which literally describes every piece of land on every piece of the planet. But I partially digress. Now, this was brought to us thanks to Libs of TikTok, and oh geez Louise. Well, the person looks, I don't say exactly how you think, but exactly how you think. Now again, Libs of TikTok, she originally said before this little video, she says, quote, which one is it? LGBTQ activist threatens people and suggests she will be violent and use deadly force if you misgender. Trans violence is violence, unquote. Which, in the United States, according to the court system, not really. Because, again, if someone on the right wing or even in the middle did this, they'd be hauled away immediately to the loony bin or the police or the federal, prison. I mean, we live in a day and age where people that were peacefully praying outside of abortion clinic were swatted and arrested. A father had, what was it, 6 armed vehicles, police, come to his house, guns drawn, and they took him away from his family because he had the audacity to pray outside an abortion clinic. And one of the guys there pushed him, and he pushed back. Fascinating times, and fascinating what our government chooses to focus their resource allocation upon. Now, what I usually say, their voice is infinitely better than mine. In this case, I can actually confidently say, probably not. Now, thankfully, it's not too long, it's only about 14 seconds. And if you're just tuning in visually, or rather, no, it's like Willy Wonka there. Not that visually, audio. Wait, reverse that. So if you're only tuning in using audio, it's a white gal with black lipstick. I don't want to say it's a red flag, but it is the flag as red as her hair, which is artificially dyed as well. Like, question is, will she have that cow ring like seemingly so many women have these days? Which, again, ladies, I do not know who's telling you that this is an attractive or cool hip thing, but I could honestly say 99.999999327% of men do not find that attractive. I know a lot of women do things for themselves. I understand that, but if you are having a desire to find a mate in life, or a husband or long-term partner, that is not helping your odds. But I partially digress. Without further ado.
Hi.
Oh, here we go.
Hi there. You can either respect my trans homies, or I can identify as a fucking problem. And if I catch your bitch ass being disrespectful, your pronouns are going to be was, were. Thank you for coming, and have a nice day.
I mean, legally, that sounds like inciting violence to me. Wow, she does have, interestingly enough, pretty good teeth. She has one redeeming factor. But the amount of negatives on the pro-con sheet is so outweighed. Like I said, it's a silver lining in most things in life if you squint hard enough. But yeah, of course she has one nose ring. She has at least one. Granted, it's not the cow one, interestingly enough. I was a little thrown away by that. But yeah, it's almost like the Joker before the Joker went full Joker. And the hair is ridiculously bright orange. And of course she has a couple earrings, which, I was going to say, I don't want to say it's a red flag, but I understand having the one earring hole. But once you get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, then it's almost like the crazy scale where it's like, I'm not saying you're crazy, I'm just saying the propensity seemingly is increasing. Not always necessarily, but I'm a little concerned. But I partially digress. Maybe I'm wrong in this assessment. Maybe all the comments are going to say she's strong, beautiful, and wise. She's right. If you dare accidentally misgender someone or mispronounce someone or whatever you want to call it, you should be ended. I mean, not everyone with a modicum of intelligence or free speech, but let's dive into the comments and find out. And of course, that was first posted on TikTok. Went pretty viral, got 2.1 million views, 26,000 likes. One of the first, actually, I think, oh yeah, it's the founder of Babylon Bee. One of the first comments is from South Dylan. He says, quote, "The left thinks you're reporting on this is worse than the actual threat of violence." I got 3.8 thousand likes. I thought my like would make it 3.9 thousand. Not yet. Not today. I was not the vote for that. Paul Zuzupa says this seems to be an odd way to get people to accept you, unquote, getting 390 likes, which, yes, I mean, violence has never gained friends in life. I mean, guys might fight, you have a little brawl on the park, so to say. But in terms of like violence and threats of death and these types of videos, it's not going to win over to your cause. Whatever your cause is in life, you're not going to get there by insulting the other person and literally giving death threats. Which begs the question, why is this person doing this? Just for narcissistic ego driving and virtue signaling, perhaps? You have, what is this? L. Dave, and it's the Lisa Simpson meme, and he says this guy, and Lisa Simpson is a famous presentation meme. It says, "Dear trans community, don't tell me I have to accept you for who you are when you couldn't accept yourself who you were. Sorry, not sorry." I got 3,000 likes. Livercraft Media TM says, "Nope, not doing it, not playing those aren't your games." And it's a picture that says, "I won't use someone's pronouns for the same reason I won't talk to schizophrenics imaginary friends." I got 2.6 thousand likes. Right here. One bad dude says, "Well, look at that," and says, "Colorado Springs shooter identified as non-binary. Denver shooter identified as trans. Aberdeen shooter identifies as trans. Nashville shooter identifies as trans. Philadelphia shooter identifies as trans." Now, to me, the biggest red flag, as I say, pun wasn't intended, but there's probably a pun there somewhere. With the Nashville shooter, for over a year, there's a manifesto, and turned out they really hated straight people, and it was only broken because of Steven Crowder and his reporting team. Someone helping with an anonymous tip. It's also as if the government keeps covering up some of the statistics. Because, for example, if you juxtapose this with, again, there are other mass shooters. If you juxtapose those instances with other instances where, it's just a straight white guy, you will know everything about that individual down to their favorite soda pop and Blink-182 song within 12 hours of the media finding out. Yet for the Nashville shooter, we didn't know anything for a year, and we only knew anything because of independent reporters. Now that did get 1.8 thousand likes. The Junita Broderick says, "Ugly all the way to the bone," getting 2.6 thousand likes. Let's see. Husky Gen Z says, "They love fantasizing about using violence as force us to participate in their fetish." It says, "Respect, exist, or expect." Wow, so this is from, so allegedly, again, I don't know if it's doctored, but it looks like a screenshot from someone by the profile by the name of Transbinary. Not spelled right, but, well, I was going to say, we need a t-shirt. Let me know if I should come out with some swag. Hashtag grammar matters. That'd be a good t-shirt. But nevertheless, this alleged spelling of transbian positivity says, it's this picture of a flag that says, "Respect existence," and there's a picture of AR-15 that says, "Or expect resistance," getting 583 likes. Going down, you have Dave the Meme Smith, who did respond in meme form. And it's a picture of people in all black. Looks like they have, what is this, shovels or signs? And it says, "Rural America, we're coming." And he has a Rural America. It's Mr. Bean with an army helmet, pistol, and AR-15. And it says, "Rural America." And he's looking at his watch like, "We're waiting." It got 1.1 thousand likes. See here? White 3Me says, "Get the water cannon." Oh, jeez. That's pretty powerful water cannon. Oh, whoops. There we go.
Back down.
Whoa. Yeah, that person. So it's someone holding a pride flag, the original pride flag, and they're in the street, and the water cannon knocks them right on their keister. Which, again, that's disgusting. Again, everyone should have the right to peace. In America, everyone should. In the world, everyone should have the right to peacefully protest. That does include waving a flag, whether we agree with it or not. Unfortunately, the United States, depending on what flag you wave, you'll probably be arrested. That got 637 likes. Dyslexia. Probably. Let's see, scrolling down more. Oh, this is hilarious hypocrisy. I like this one. So this one is from Emergent Perspective, and it says, where did all the crazy signs come from? Give people like this government jobs. And say, it looks like an official sign. This isn't something that just printed out on an 8 by 11.5 piece of paper. This is above Hobby Lobby. Like they paid someone to actually do this. It says service information. It says all times. It's the trans pride flag. No, it's not the one with the arrow or the. Yeah, they're not. You need good marketing for your campaigns and ideals, and it's not very consistent. Consistency is key. That's why I haven't changed my logo in years for my company. But nevertheless, it is the gay pride flag with an additional trans all straight lines. Ironic, but it says 365 days, 24 hours a day. Respect, maintenance. No bigotry, hatred, or prejudice allowed at the station at any time. And it says, reminder, respect trans people or your pronouns will be was were. You got 579 likes. Going down more and more. This is a contrarian. Let's see here. Statements here. Mostly everyone agreeing. Here. Sarah Field says, LOL, a white liberal woman who doesn't believe in guns thinks she will win a fight against someone who knows what a woman is. Getting 196 likes, which a wise man once said every young man should have his ass kicked at least once to humble himself. I mean, sounds like maybe that should apply to, I'm not saying, sounds like everyone in life can maybe benefit by that these days. Vince Langman says, hey, Merrick Garland, this is the real domestic terrorist looks like and sounds like. It got 840 likes, which I believe Merrick Garland, some government official said the biggest, I think Biden also said, the biggest threat to America was white supremacy, which I think it's like 10 of those assholes left, pardon the French, but I don't want to say it's not a problem, but they barely exist. I don't know what on earth they do these days. They have the lowest recruitment numbers in decades. And you can't brainwash everyone. You're not going to win everyone over. I mean, there's always going to be a couple of people who don't agree with you. And that's their right. I would argue the best way to win them over, be to expose them to different ideals and debates, philosophies. And Merrick Garland. Going down more and more. Jake says the clown girl is annoying. It's got a picture of a clown getting 260 likes. Let's see. Another picture compilation of the trans shooters. Got 13 likes. There's another one, probably. I was gonna say it's kind of funny. I don't want to say you know everything about someone based on their hair color these days, but the more neon the color, the more concerned you should be, probably. Now, this comes from us thanks to Nurse Neanderthal saying there seems to be a burgeoning genre of threatening melodramatic videos by non-binary malcontents. What's driving the trend? All right, this looks like it was originally reported by Ian Miles Chung. It's got a girl with, I want to say it's not neon. Is that neon blue? Like aqua blue? Then, interestingly enough, she does have 5 pounds of piercings on her nose and ears. I mean, I'm actually pretty shocked. It's only about 17 seconds. Let's see what she has to say. No. I guess YouTube. It's going to get banned on YouTube because I just realized on the screen this individual put their pronouns as Tempest, which I thought that was a rad game from the 80s. Like one of the most famous soundtracks in video game history. And Z, them, and they, them. So maybe that's why my videos only got 2 or 3 views last week. Nevertheless, see what she has to say. Or it. No, wait, that's not one. Nevertheless.
Hi.
I spoke to Shun and she's got like 12 piercings on the other ear.
My name is Tempest.
Her name is Tempest, which that's kind of a cool name. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, granted, it's the name of a video game. Like, just look it up. I think was it the 80s? I believe it was a cabinet game back in the day. One of those famous games out there. So the name is Tempest, which, yeah, coming up with a good individual name is pretty rare these days for kids' names because there's so many have been done so often, so many times. I mean, I don't have much. I mean, Tempest is weird though. Almost as weird as a name called Topping, which, wait, I partially digress. I don't have much ground to stand on, or I should say, I don't have much pepperoni pizza to stand on. Something funny to that effect.
And if you don't want me to step on your toes, Move your fucking feet.
She has mastered that smug, ignorant smile. I'll give her that much. I mean, she says, if you don't want to have your feet stepped on, you have to move them. That's the lamest threat I've ever heard. That's barely a threat. And, I mean, one of the other silver linings for her is that she appears to be in moderate shape. So your feet are not in risk of being crushed because she would stand on them. And she thinks that's a threat. Maybe I need to go on Urban Dictionary. Maybe crushing someone's feet is now the new metaphor for kneecapping or something. I don't know. I might need to dive in there another time. But it looks like not a lot of contrarian statements in the comments here. I'm going to try to start following more people that are far left and in the middle. Oh, I mostly follow people in the middle on social media, but because again, it usually orders them by number of likes. Well, I mean, because again, nothing. I mean, living in an echo chamber can get pretty boring. Oh wait, did we find one? I think we did. Wait, no, we didn't. No, never mind. I was about to say I got excited. I'm like, wait, did we find a contrarian statement? But no, they were all pretty much overwhelmingly agreeing. So let me know, have you seen this anecdotally speaking in your just someone you know, or have you seen it on social media? It seems to be increasing. Maybe it's just anecdotal evidence, but it seems to be increasing on social media. But as always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.